Hello dear fans, friends and subscribers. This is your host coming for a change on the cricket show today, and I'm going to talk about two matches today. One is India versus South Africa, which was the second T20 match which was played, and India actually breezing to a win over South Africa in the second T20 match by 7 wickets. Virat Kohli played a good hand on that, and also Virat Kohli making 72 of 54 runs unbeaten at that. Now is the highest scorer of runs in T20 cricket. I mean, he is someone who tramples records as if he's just walking on a street. And the other match that I'll be looking at is Bangladesh. The hosts have actually booked their ticket into the Tri-Series final. Zimbabwe have been knocked off from the tournament, and so we are definitely going to be seeing a Bangladesh-Afghanistan final in the Tri-Series that is happening in Bangladesh. Now, just to give you a synopsis of what happened, Bangladesh winning the match by 39 runs. Mahmudullah was the man of the match with a wonderful innings that he played. So without any further ado, we are getting into the business end of it, and if time permitting, I will also have a look at some cricket news. But first, let's head to the India versus South Africa game, the second T20. The first T20, as you know, was watched out at Dharamshala. This was played Mohali, Chandigarh in Punjab, and definitely there was a huge crowd there, no doubt about it. But what was the pertinent was the toss. The toss was won by the Indian captain Virat Kohli, and Virat Kohli decided to actually go and have a bowl first. And the reason being, it was the dew factor that was there, and let's see as to what the Indian bowlers did. So if you look at the South African card there, they totaled 149 for 5 of their 20 overs. Reza Hendricks was the first hitting. Now there were some debutants. Let us speak about the debutants in the match here in the T20. There were debutants on either side. Quinton de Kock was leading South Africa for the first time. So it's, as you know, for South Africa, it's a sort of a new era in cricket with the likes of Imran Tahir, JP Dumini, and Hashim Amla having retired. So India is leading the 3-match series 1-0. So I'm just looking at the persons who made their debut. So there were no debuts for the Indians, but as far as South Africa were concerned, they had Themba Bavuma, who had only played test matches and one-day cricket, and this is the first time he got an opportunity. So Themba Bavuma got an opportunity to make his T20 debut. John Fortune is the spinner, and also I'm told he's a very good all-rounder. So John Fortune also got an opportunity, and also is a left-arm spinner, John Fortune. And Andrich Nortje, who missed the World Cup and who did very well in the Mzansi Super League in South Africa, came in, and it was good to see Nortje bowl as well. So these were the 3 debutants in this particular match. So just now starting the story here, the South Africans were the ones who actually had first taste of the wicket, raising 149 for 5. Deepak Chahar is a bowler who likes to, he moves the ball both ways at some good pace. But the shot from Reza Hendricks, one has to say, was not a good shot. In fact, he actually played a bad shot, one could say, because he was trying to hoik Chahar, and the ball actually ended up in a catch which was taken at mid-on by Washington Sundar. So Hendricks was out for 6 of 11 deliveries with 1 boundary, and the captain was there, and now the young debutant, the young player from South Africa, Themba Bavuma, who, as you know, is not very tall, but he entered the crease to join the captain, Quinton de Kock. And both really showed their experience, especially Quinton de Kock. I thought he was really playing very well. He was hitting some nice strokes with the bowling of Deepak Chahar at one end, but Nitin Saini, the pace bowler, was going for a few runs there. As things went on, Quinton de Kock's contribution was 52 of 37 deliveries, which included 8 boundaries, and Saini was the one who picked up that big wicket. So that was an important wicket. Even though Saini went for runs, I thought that was a wonderful catch by the Indian captain Kohli. He had to run onto his left from mid-off, and when he finished the catch, he had to actually take a dive and take the catch. Now, this was a ball which was coming into the batsman, de Kock. De Kock tried to hoik him over the mid-wicket region, but the ball went up in the air, and what a catch, as I said. Kohli had a real sprint from mid-off, and finally he grabbed the catch. So wonderful catch taken. Kohli taking the catch. Quinton de Kock made 52 of 37 deliveries, 8 boundaries in that knock. Temba Bavuma was the other principal scorer, so definitely he would have loved to have his maiden 50 in T20 on debut, and that would have been great stuff, but unfortunately he just missed the mark by just 1 run. But he definitely played a very compact innings, which was also required to keep the South African innings. Somebody definitely had to hold the innings, and that came in the form of Temba Bavuma, making 49 of 43 deliveries, which included 3 fours and 1 6. Now, Bavuma was a victim of a slower delivery from Chahar, as he was trying to play the cover drive, and the ball actually came a bit slow onto the bat, it hit the probably edge of the bat, the splice of the bat, as we say, and it ballooned into the mid-on region. Jadeja taking the catch, and that was precisely the story for the South Africans. Van der Dussen, on his first ever trip to India, was a victim. I mean, one would have definitely expected something from Van der Dussen, because he has been really doing very well on the international circuit. But this was not to be. But it was an excellent catch, I thought. Jadeja taking Van der Dussen off his own bowling, an excellent catch. The Indians' fielding, I thought, was really perked up today. He actually wanted to work the ball to the onside. The ball, bit the turf and turned, and the leading edge. But Jadeja had to really give it one full leap on his follow-through and take it with both hands. So that was the end of Van der Dussen. David Miller could not do much. Hardik Pandya actually clean bowling him for 18 with 1 boundary. Definitely, there was nothing else to do for Miller but to really swing his bat, and that resulted in a slower delivery from Pandya, and it was the end of David Miller, out for 18, 15 deliveries, 1 6. After that, finally, South Africa managed to reach a score of 149 for 5, with some big hits coming from both the batsmen, Pretorius and Philukwayo, clattering sixes of the bowling of Saini. Pretorius not out 10 of 7 deliveries, 8 of 5 deliveries of Philukwayo, 1 6 rather. 149 for 4 was the tally for the South Africans. If you look at the bowling, Washington Sundar opened the attack along with Deepak Chahar. 3 overs none for 19 for Washington Sundar. Deepak Chahar, 4 overs none for 2 for 22. He did his job perfectly well. Nitin Saini, Saini was a bit costly. 4 overs 1 for 34, but took the very vital wicket with courtesy a fantastic catch taken by the Indian captain Virat Kohli. Jadeja also did a good turn, 1 for 31. Pandya 1 for 31. Kunal Pandya was given just a solitary over, in which he gave away 7 runs. So that was pretty much the story as far as the South African batting was concerned. Now, if you look at the Indian card there, it didn't really start off in any blaze, but Rohit Sharma definitely started off in a blaze. He actually picked the pace bowler Notjay for 2 sixes. He was making his T20 debut, and in fact Rohit Sharma put him to the high end of the stadium with some 2 good sixes. But Rohit Sharma did not last long. He was LBW bowled Philukwayo for 12 of as many balls with 2 sixes. Shikhar Dhawan was playing well. He was playing some nice strokes, and Virat Kohli entered the scene. And Virat Kohli, as is his wont, he really settled down. It was an aggressive knock from Virat Kohli. I decided to take the attack by the scruff of the neck, which he did very well. And the result was Kohli had an unbeaten 72 to his name when the Indian victory came of 52 deliveries, which included 4 fours and 3 sixes. Dhawan, as I said, was very fluent in his knock of 40 of 31 deliveries, 4 fours and 1 6. Shamsi took his wicket. Pant once again promoted to the batting order. The other day we read about Ravi Shastri, the coach, telling that Rishabh Pant has to prove himself because he has been a bit careless. And once again, I think I have to say that Rishabh Pant once again played for some audacity, one could say, because the 14th over you had Virat Kohli at the crease. One would not say that Rishabh Pant should have attempted the stroke. He tried to scoop a delivery from the Fortune, the left-arm spinner, who was actually making his T20 debut, and handed him over his maiden wicket in international cricket. And he tried to scoop the delivery, and Shamsi took the catch. He wanted to scoop the ball over the fine leg region. But for me, it was, I would say, in the 14th over, with only 47 runs to get, I wouldn't say it was really necessary. He could have really bided his time. But Pant really definitely needs to learn very quickly about international cricket. At the end, Shreyas Iyer hit a 4 and it was all over. The Indians had registered the victory. Kohli was not out on 72 of 52 deliveries, 4 fours and 3 sixes, along with the catch, taking the man of the match award. Shreyas Iyer was not on 16 of 14 deliveries, 2 fours. Game over. India winning the second T20 and now taking a lead in the 3-match T20 series, 1-0. Looking at the bowling, Rabada, the prime bowler, was taken for runs, 3 overs none for 24. Notjay on his debut looked listless, 3 overs none for 27. Philip Wire, 3 overs 1 for 20, did a good job. Pretorius also went for runs, 7 none for 27. Shamsi, 3 overs 1 for 19. And the young left-arm spinner and all-rounder making his debut, maiden wicket of Pant, 4 overs 1 for 32. So that was pretty much the story of the match between India and South Africa in the second T20 match. Now we look at the next match, that is we are talking about the match between Bangladesh versus Zimbabwe, and this we are talking about the tri-series happening in Bangladesh. And as I said, Zimbabwe were knocked out of the tri-series as Bangladesh clinched their place in the tri-series final. So it's a Bangladesh-Afghanistan final. But let's have a look at the fourth match that happened between Bangladesh and Zimbabwe. So Bangladesh were the ones who actually batted first. And they had some T20 debuts. They decided to blood the right-arm leg spinner Aminul Islam. And Aminul Islam, let me tell you, has not even played probably even the Bangladesh Premier League, in my opinion, or probably domestic, but he has been thrust into the limelight right away, and he definitely impressed by taking wickets. So Aminul Islam, the right-arm leg spinner, can also bat. So he was given a debut in T20. Najmul Hussain Shanto, as you know, is an aggressive player. He has definitely played T20 cricket in the past. And there was also another debut. I'm just trying to say, I think I'm just trying to have a look at who were the debutants in this particular match, which was happening at Chattogram in Bangladesh. So I'm going to shortly tell you about it as to what are the players. So, but just talking about the game, Najmul Hussain Shanto. Yes, Najmul Hussain Shanto has played in the one-day variety of things, but he has not had a dig at T20. So he definitely got a dig at T20. So there were 2 debutants today, and Najmul Hussain Shanto was the one who was opening the innings along with Liton Das. But Najmul Hussain Shanto, well, he made 11 runs of 9 balls with a solitary boundary. So that was his T20 debut. Liton Das did a good job. He contributed 38 of 22 balls, 4 fours and 2 sixes. Shakib Al Hassan Unfortunately could not get off the rails. Was out for 10 of 9 deliveries, 1-4. But definitely the stability in the Bangladesh batting after there was score on 65 for 3 in 7.2 overs came from none other than the two experienced blokes in the middle. One was Mahmudullah, who was really playing a breezy innings. At the other end, Mushfiqur Rahim was also knocking it off very well, as this partnership took on the score from 65 for 3 in the 7.2 overs to 143, which is basically a 78 runs partnership that happened, which took it till the 17th over. Especially Mahmudullah was pretty severe on any bowler. For him, it didn't matter whether it was Jarvis, Pofu, or the spinners. He was hitting sixes at absolute will. As Mahmudullah finished with 62 of 41 deliveries, 1-4 and 5 sixes in that knock. Mushfiqur Rahim making 32 of 26, 3 fours and 1 6. Afif Hussain could not do much. He was out for 7, Mosaddeq for 2, and Saifuddin hit one boundary as Bangladesh reached a score of 175 for 7. If you look at the bowling there, Ansley Naglovu, 3 overs none for 32 was costly. Jarvis, 4 overs none for 32, but what one saw from Jarvis was the use of the full toss to good effect. He bowling those low full tosses, as we call it. He did a good job, and I would say in the slog overs, he even kept the marauding Mahmudullah pretty quiet. 4 overs no made in 332 for him. Pofu, 4 overs no made in 242 was very costly. Williams, 4 overs none for 26. Burl, 1 over 1 for 13. Muttum Bodzi, the leg spinner, 3 overs 1 for 17. And Nadziva, 1 over none for 10. So that was the Bangladesh total. Bangladesh 175, and Zimbabwe had to make 176. The problem for Bangladesh that one has seen here is the opening. The opening has not really given any impetus to the innings. Brendan Taylor was dismissed for naught, and Mohammad Saifuddin, I have to say that I'm sure he has his tail up, no doubt about it. But this was not a shot which the ball would have got the wicket, because Brendan Taylor tried to loft him and ended up getting caught. So Brendan Taylor was out for naught. Masakaja, the captain, contributed 25 as many balls to 3 fours. Now this is interesting. Aminul Islam, the leg spinner, was in operation, and it was Masakaja normally plays the sweep shot very well, but this time he missed it. And as you always say in cricket, you miss and I hit, and that's what precisely happened when Masakaja was sent back to the pavilion. LBW ball, Aminul Islam, the right arm leggy, making his T20 debut, grabbing his maiden wicket in the form of Hamilton Masakaja, the Zimbabwean captain, for 25 as many balls with 3 fours. Well done, Aminul Islam. Chakatba, who did well the other day, was early victim. He was clean bowled by Shakib Al Hassan for naught. Sean Williams was out for 2, and suddenly the Zimbabwe innings started plummeting. They started losing wickets in heaps. Muttum Bodzi was the second victim for the right arm leg spinner Aminul Islam. Now this was a ball which was a fuller delivery. Now it was all about the batsman actually taking the bait from this young leggy, probably trying to disturb his line so that they wanted to hit him off the track, I reckon. But in the process, it resulted in Aminul Islam getting his second international wicket. Well done, Aminul Islam, the right arm leggy, on debut. Burl could not do much. He lost his stumps to Shaiful Islam, the pace bowler, so that was a big wicket. But Madziva was out for 9. But then finally Muttum Bami was there. I mean, it was a situation which was really getting out of control. They were 66 for 7 at one stage, and it looked all lost. But Muttum Bami really gave a real thrust to the ball with a knock of 54 of 32 deliveries, which included 4 fours and 3 sixes, and he got company from Kyle Jarvis. Jarvis made 27 of 20, 1 4 and 2 sixes. This partnership, I wouldn't say giving hope, but definitely tried to up the tempo, which was good enough to see. If you look at the scoring, those 58 runs which would have been scored I reckon, in 36 deliveries. So, looking at the score, it was still not enough, but they still gave it their might. So, Jarvis 27 of 20, Nadlovi out for 2, 136 all out, and finally, game over with Bangladesh actually going on to win the match and book a ticket for them into the Tri-Series final. Bangladesh winning the match by 39 runs, and Zimbabwe were, as I said, are out of the reckoning for the final now with the Bangladesh-Afghanistan Tri-Series final in Bangladesh. Mohammad Saifuddin, again, as I said, he definitely seems to have his tail up after that wonderful wicket that he took in the last T20 when he clattered the stumps of the Afghanistan opener, it was Rahmanullah. So Mohammad Saifuddin seems to be improving. 4 overs 1 for 14, did a wonderful job. 4 overs 1 for 28 for Shakib al-Hasan. Shaiful Islam, 4 overs 1 for 36 was on the wickets column. Mustafizur Rahman, 4 overs 2 for 38. Aminul Islam, the leg spinner, said on his debut impressed, 4 overs 2 for 18. And Mahmudullah was declared man of the match. So that's the end of that particular match. Other than that, I don't have much cricket news here to share. Just probably a sneak peek, one could say. Probably even could have a sneak peek at it. The India A match going on against South Africa A. South Africa A 417 all out. Sorry, India A 417 all out. Good knocks coming in from Shubman Gill, Karun Nair. And the South Africans, I have to really look at the card. But unfortunately, as I said, I'm falling short of time. So probably you can have a look at my cricket tweets or on my cricket website, probably. But I'm not sure, depending on time. But I'll be uploading this particular show onto my Twitter as well. Well, again, as I said, it was a pleasure talking to you. As I said, I just took the time to come after a long time on a weekday on my cricket show. And it was a really real pleasure, especially when I do this cricket show. It really pumps me up. And dear friends, subscribers, you are the reason that this is happening. So once again, thank you folks for being patient. And this is your host bidding you all a very good night. Thank you.